are starting to log in. Uh, what's
Andrew,
up?
how are you? Andrew's the host.
I'm the host.
What are we calling this live? Are we just calling it live, or did
Uh,
each live have a different name?
this live, I don't know. We were trying to come up with something creative. Give me 1 second. Keep talking. We were trying to come up with something creative.
But
Uh, but I don't know. We're trying to come up with something catchy, like Thirsty Thursday, right? We're thirsty for knowledge. And that just didn't sit well with me.
no,
So
I don't like it.
yeah, and then we both have A's in our names, so
Double A.
double A. But how does that come on? I mean, we're doing this on Thursday at noon. Anyways, so I haven't come up with a catchy name. But for everyone who is starting to log on, we got TikTok over here, Instagram over here, we got Facebook and YouTube right here, and we're just so grateful that you guys are starting to log on. Welcome back to another live episode of Alex and Andrew. And today,
That's a good name.
just Alex and Andrew, live with Alex and Andrew,
Going
live with Alex and Andrew.
live.
Actually, guys, while you're logging on, just go ahead and give us a comment what you think about our new studio, this new whole backdrop, setting thing. I feel like I'm a newsman. Back to sports, Bob. Anyways, so today with our lives, we are gonna be talking about creative financing. Hot topic, right? Hot. You can barely pick it up. Ooh, baby. And thank you guys so much for logging on. Creative financing is what we're going to talk about today. Alex is, wealth of knowledge when it comes to all things real estate, all things entrepreneurship. Hi, Diane. Thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks for the comment. I really appreciate it. And she said it looks great for the other audience members you can't see. And I agree. So today, again, creative financing. And what spurred this for me, why I wanted to talk about creative financing is
I'm gonna look at you through the camera.
yeah, I know you will. It's creepy. So recently I found a duplex that I wanted to buy. I wanted a house hack. And 6 months ago, right, I was in the process of getting a loan, talking to a lender, and the terms at that point, I was qualifying for 5% down conventional, and that was cool. So I was like, that was what was in my mind for buying this current duplex a week ago. Well, market's different, guys. Don't read my text messages on that phone. So the market's different, right? And what I got feedback from when I started talking to a lender a week ago was the best I could qualify for was 15% down, 3 times as much, right? And so I'm like, all right, well, let's start thinking about some creative financing because old traditional is not going to work for you, boy. And so I started exploring some of that. And so today I wanted to learn a little bit more about creative financing. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are in the same boat, whether you're investing yourself or your clients are looking to buy for a primary or for an investment, right? Things are just starting to look different. And so we're going to talk about creative financing. So while we're talking today, I want you guys to drop some comments about your questions on creative financing, whether you have them in your head already or they come up throughout this with something that Alex or I say. And we will answer them live. And if we miss them, then we'll just catch up at the end and make sure that we get to you. So thank you so much again for logging on, for tuning in to the live. Drop some comments and share this. I know a lot of you guys watching this are in real estate, and we love you guys. We're so grateful to be a part of this great community. So share this with your friends, right? Creative financing is something that we all can learn about. So creative financing.
Yeah. So talk to me. So
Yeah.
you were looking at this duplex.
Yeah, I was gonna house hack it, so I was gonna buy it as a primary.
What was the purchase price?
$375.
Okay, and they told you needed 15% down.
That is what the lender told me. Correct.
Okay. Did they tell you needed anything for reserves or anything like that? Because it's not just 15%.
Yeah,
it's even
right.
greater.
Yeah, I mean, I know they will. They didn't tell me. We didn't get to
Okay.
that point yet.
Let's just say you need about I don't know. Because closing costs and lender origination points. Let's say you need about 20%.
Okay.
In reserves, closing costs, origination points.
Yeah.
20%.
20%.
20%.
So 20% of 375. It's going to be $75,000.
75.
Right.
So it's even greater than 15, right? Buying properties on the investment side has gotten a little expensive right now with the way that things have risen. Not just interest rates, but also the amount required down, unfortunately. We used to get away with, what were you hoping for?
Well, like I said 6 months ago, a lender told me that conventional, I could only have to put 5% down. And I mean, I'm all for the FHA loan, right? If you guys haven't heard of that technique, I did that on my first duplex. So bought it with an FHA loan, 3.5% down, and would love to do that again. But unfortunately, I still have that FHA loan, and so I can't get another one.
Yeah, and lenders say all types of things too.
Never trust a lender.
Is that what you're saying?
That's not my saying. That's your saying, dude.
No, they say all types of things. And it's not true until it happens, right? So,
Sure.
Yeah, that's 20% down. Costs have risen, so there's a lot of different ways to get creative on financing.
Okay.
Have you, when you were exploring this, did y'all ask the seller if they would seller finance?
We did.
And the answer was
no.
Is the property still listed on the market?
I think so. Yeah. It was sitting for a while, so I was like, maybe they're motivated. But I think a lot of things are sitting for a while right now.
Do you know the story behind
the duplex?
Why they want to sell? What position they're in?
I don't. I don't. I know it's owned by a family trust. Both sides are vacant. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. Trust may not necessarily need to sell. However, trust actually could be a good option for seller financing.
That's what I was thinking. But tell me why.
If the trust wants, predictable return over a long period of time,
right.
That's what seller financing could provide. So maybe that seller, the trust, changes their mind the longer it continues to sit and they don't get the price that they want.
Right. Sure. So with seller financing, for those who don't know, essentially kind of break that down elementary style for me, and then we'll go further.
So I own this water bottle.
Okay.
I could sell it to you cash for $2.
Okay.
Or I could sell it to you. I'll finance it to you, and you just need to pay me. I'll sell it to you at $2.50. I'm seller financing it to you, and you'll just pay me off over time. Every week you'll pay me 10 cents.
Okay.
Until this is paid off.
Got it. So essentially, right. You become the bank.
I become the bank. You make the payments to me, and if you stop 1 week paying that dime to me, I'm gonna come and I'm gonna get my water bottle back.
Got it. Right. Sure. So you can repossess or foreclose. On that water bottle. Here's a good question that I have. So with like typical loans, traditional loans, the lender will qualify you, right? So you have to have a certain credit score, certain amount of money in the bank, stuff like that. With owner financing, because I've never done that, do owners typically want to qualify you in some way, shape, or form?
Yeah, they do. In a sense. So in Texas, on the seller financing addendum for 1 to 4 family contract, there's a part in there where the seller gets to decide the buyer's credit worthiness.
Okay.
So it could be by providing the credit report. They could ask for other documents, which they can write in there. And so, the sellers would like to. Typically, they do. But most of the time, no one's ever asked for bank statements or anything like that. And people just want to see our credit score.
Got it.
They want to see, if you got 400 credit score, they may not feel too good about you making payments to them.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Yeah, that does make sense. And I'm sure, like, I know with owner financing, like the cool thing about that and the flexibility with that is like you can come to the terms with the seller if you're the buyer.
It's all negotiable.
Right, all negotiable. But with that being said, have you seen or know of like I don't know, anything that's kind of standard or like what to expect as far as like a down payment, interest rates, at least in this current market? Or like, what would you, if you were gonna ask somebody to owner finance something to you, what were the terms that you would, I don't know, think would be fair?
Well, again, you have to know the story. You have to know what they want to get out of the deal. And then from there, you can structure it. Like we bought 3 duplexes with seller financing. And what was important to him was us not paying off the full balance in the first 3 years for tax purposes. And then the second most important thing to him was he wanted to still collect about $5,000 a month or so, which is what he was getting in rents.
Okay.
So we said, okay, for seller financing terms, he wants the payoff to be in 3 years. And then he also wants to continue to receive his $5,000 a month. That's what his payment is, give or take.
Sure.
So, all right, we know what he wants. Now we can structure this around that. So we negotiated price down a little bit. Like, oh, look, we'll get you your $5,000 a month, but we need the purchase price to be here versus where you're currently at.
Okay. Yeah.
5,000 is more important than that number was.
Sure.
Right now. Okay, so how do we get to 5,000? Now we can structure the interest rates, the down payment. Well, something that was important to us was a low down payment. So we were able to put that in there. I think we did less than, I think it was right at about a little bit over 10%, maybe 11% down.
Okay.
I think we purchased them for $1,150,000 potentially. Let me see. Seller financing, structuring it. It's good to have a calculator.
Yeah. While you're doing the math on that, thanks for logging on, guys. I'm gonna start calling out some names. We got Abraham. What's up? See it with Sam. Hi, Smitha. We got Deborah. Thank you guys so much. TikTok. Nick joined. What's up, Nick? Edward. I almost said Eduardo. It's just Edward. Thank you for logging on, guys. Thanks for tuning in.
Okay, so
back to the math.
Thank you for tuning in.
That too.
Back to seller financing. So we bought the 3 duplexes for $1,150,000.
Okay.
I think he was at like 1.2 million. So we got him down $50K.
Wow.
On the price. He wanted a higher down payment, but we were just like, hey man, we can't, we'll give you, I think we did like 120 down.
Do you think that, so why was, this wasn't on market, this was off market, right? Okay, cool. Well, then I was about to say, you kind of weeded out, you got ahead of the competition on this one.
Yep. One of the entrepreneurs on the team found him. Chris Sweeney.
Shout out to Chris Sweeney.
Or he's probably cold calling, finding
he
more deals.
He probably is, yeah.
So
somebody tag Chris Sweeney in the comments. Yep. Get him in here.
Chris Sweeney was cold calling, found these, it was first 1 duplex. Then he set up a meeting. I think Matt and I went and met him. Lexi and I went and met him at the duplex to check it out. And we walked through it and we're like, okay, cool. Let's set up a call with the seller. At first, I think he wanted like 385 for this one. So we set up a call with the seller, found out he owns 2 more, same street.
Right.
And we said, well, hey, we'd love to explore buying all of them from you. So then we started those negotiations. He went and met us at the office. We went through the whole thing. But anyways, he wanted 1.2 million for all 3.
Yep.
Right. And we paid 1,150,000.
Right.
I think we did 120 down, so approximately 11% or so. And the interest rate, it's somewhere around 5%.
Okay.
I think 5 or 6%.
Okay.
Not a bad deal.
Yeah.
On that. And
what are the terms? How long?
So balloon in 3 years.
Got it.
And our payment somewhere around $5,000 a month, which give or take is about what he was getting.
Okay, cool.
But now our rents, since we bought them, we've raised rents and updated some units, and now the rents are probably around $9,000-$10,000 a month.
All right. Wow. Cool.
So we knew that upside was there.
Right. Yeah. You wouldn't have bought a deal unless you.
Yeah. There's a crazy story, dude. We had these under contract and then a tornado came through Round Rock. We had these under contract. A tornado came through Round Rock.
Before you closed.
While we're under contract.
Right.
It was really tragic. I mean, I've never seen a tornado damage like that before, and there were a lot of people that were affected.
Yeah.
We drove around after that.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
You're okay. Just making sure it's good.
anyways, the tornado, the tornado kind of like, it doesn't follow a path. It's just like boom, boom, boom. It just bounces or goes wherever it decides it wants to go.
Yeah.
And it just so happened to go right down the street.
Nice.
It went right
man.
down the street.
Yeah.
All 3 of the duplexes were affected.
Ugh.
One of them, the roof was gone. Like just white. I mean, the roof just boom disappeared. All of the insulation inside was gone. Up in the attic. Windows busted. Bunch of siding damage.
Yeah.
A whole lot of stuff. And so this is. We never experienced having properties under contract when a tornado comes through. So, long story short, we figured it out. We inherited a whole lot of problems and a tremendous amount of work that needed to be done. We've had to put a bunch of money into these every single month to repair all this stuff. But
still worth it?
Yeah, good seller finance deal.
Cool.
And we're happy about it.
All right, cool.
What I don't like about seller financing,
tell me that,
is not being able to get loans from the lender for rehab. You got to come out of pocket.
Oh yeah.
You could get it from the seller. I mean, you could go to them and say, "Look, I need an extra $60K to renovate the units or whatever, and let's add this to the balance, or I'll pay you this back." However, so that could be negotiated in there.
Yeah. Cool. That's good to know. All right, one more question from me, and then we have a question in the comments from Cameron. We're gonna get to you in just 1 second. So, with seller financing or owner financing, do you need to have like a regular contract per trek? Like, does a realtor need to be involved?
No, realtor doesn't need to be.
You can
involved.
be investor to investor.
Yeah, of course.
Cool. You need a contract or no?
Yeah, you should have a contract.
Got it.
So I mean, realtors aren't required to do deals, and honestly, I mean, your contract could be a napkin if you wanted it to be.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. Contract's contract.
Right.
And it's whatever both parties agree to. But with these, we wrote them on a Trek 1 to 4 contract.
Right. Which is the benefit of making money in and on real estate, being an entrepreneur, is having all this knowledge and this access as a realtor, as a real estate agent, but then making the money on real estate as an investor. So having the best of both worlds with that.
It would have been ultimate if we got a commission, but we didn't.
Yeah, next time. All right. So we got a comment question. Cameron Webb: do you primarily purchase existing homes, or do you do this with new builds as well? I don't know if that's a stupid question. There's no such thing as stupid questions, Cameron. Thanks for commenting.
Yeah, thanks, Cameron. I've never bought a new build. The newest thing we've bought is we bought a triplex in Bartlett, and we bought it in 2020, and it was built in 2019. But I already had tenants in there, and so I guess you could say that was a new build, I guess.
Yeah.
But I've never bought directly from the builder.
Would you be opposed to it?
No, just want deals.
Sure, right.
Good deals.
And usually builders are trying to get top dollar.
Yeah, which depends. I mean, I think Matt's working some right now where we could get some new builds pretty cheap.
Fun,
yeah.
Cool. I'd like to learn about that.
On
camera.
We can talk on camera. I just don't know the details.
Yeah.
But let's dive more into creative financing. So
right. Yeah.
Right now, I think a good way to get some good deals with interest rates higher than they were, and like Andrew just experienced the other day, down payments being higher now than maybe you could have gotten 6 months ago, is to assume some loans.
Assume some loans.
You know what assuming a loan is?
Are you talking about sub 2?
Yep. Buying properties.
Woo! Look at me, dude.
Come on.
Just standing behind the camera, getting all this knowledge in my brain.
Buying properties subject to someone's current financing.
Yep. Okay, cool.
So like
so I knew the word subject to, or the words. But break it down for me and the audience as well.
So let's say you bought a house 2017.
Okay.
Let's say your interest rate on it is 3.5%.
Okay, you're naming a real life situation here.
Am I?
Pretty much, yeah.
Sweet. So these are guesses. So then you bought this house 2000. Let's use your house for example. So what house is it? Huddle?
Huddle, yeah.
Okay. How much you just did a refi, but how much prior to the refi, how much did you owe on it?
170. Let's say that.
Okay, 170.
Oh, let's say 175.
Okay, 175. What's it worth? 380?
No, well, right now maybe, but yeah, right now maybe. Or do you want to know what I?
Yeah, just right now. 380?
Yeah.
All right, so 380. You owe 170?
Yep.
Minus 170. So you've got about $210,000 worth of equity in it.
Okay, cool.
Let's just say, for whatever reason, you were willing to sell this subject to your current financing. This is a really creative way. So with interest rates being higher, Andrews is locked in at 3.5.
Locked in.
Or it was.
For the 30 years, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was for 30 years. So 3.5% interest locked in, fixed rate. Okay, so I want that rate.
Okay.
What was your payment on the house?
It was like, let's just say 1,500 to make it easy.
With taxes, insurance.
Cool.
So your mortgage, just the payment, somewhere around 1,000.
Sure. Yeah.
Give or take.
Yep.
Cool. So, all right. So his payment all in is about $1,500. That's pretty good. We can make that work. What's it rented out for right now?
Currently rented out for 2,000.
All right. Cash flow 500. So $6,000 a year. That's really good for a single family rental here in this area.
Right.
Not including maintenance and management and stuff. But okay. So let's say for whatever reason, you're willing to sell this to me for $275.
Okay.
And yours is a little different example, but you got a lot of equity in it.
Sure.
So,
even though it's worth 380, I'm in a bind or something. I need cash or
maybe it needs
something's
work.
going on, personal life.
Maybe the tenants have like 15 cars in the driveway.
Right. I just want to get rid of it. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll sell it for 275.
So I could put $100K down if I wanted to, and then I could assume your mortgage at 175, and then I'll make the payments every single month.
Okay.
Let's say you could do that if there's no equity in it, right? I could assume the mortgage, not giving you any down payment. You're going to sell or finance it to me, subject to your financing. I'm not going to put anything down because there's no equity in it.
Okay.
And I'm just going to straight up assume your mortgage. And hey, Andrew, I'll get you out of the situation and I'll start making your payments moving forward, and I own the house.
And then at that point, usually, mistake me if I'm wrong, but usually people in these situations are maybe going into foreclosure. And so you assuming the loan essentially prevents them from having a foreclosure on their record, and that is saving them in a sense.
Yeah, I'd have to bring the loan current.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe if you were going through foreclosure, maybe you owe, to bring the loan current, here's a real example right now. House in Hutto, foreclosure. Been working this for a while. It's a little hard to comp it, but he wants to sell for 460 something. Great house, and he needs to bring the loan current. It's gonna take $112,000 to do it. And he hasn't paid his mortgage since 2019. $112,000 to bring the loan current. However, we can assume his mortgage. I think his interest rate is somewhere around 4.75%, which is not bad. And so we're considering that one. We like this one.
Cool.
We tried to buy it at the end of last year. But let's say, I think, so it's 112. I think the payoff is somewhere around like 412.
Okay.
So he's going to walk away with some cash.
Sure.
But let's say someone, didn't need to walk away with cash or say there wasn't really the option to because it's at market value or whatever. We could just assume the loan. We would have to bring it current. But you want to look for opportunities where maybe it only costs 18K to bring it current.
Got it.
Or 15, or whatever you can afford. You can find these deals or partner with somebody. They bring the loan current, and you assume the mortgage. The reason I mentioned I think it's good now is because interest rates are higher, and for the last couple of years, people were getting the lowest interest rates ever.
Yeah.
So if you can assume some mortgages at the lowest interest rates ever, then that'd be a pretty good deal.
That'd be pretty sweet. Yeah, that would be really cool. So with by the way, thanks for tuning in. Amanda, hi. Kat, hi. Big Country, hi.
BC.
All right. And we got a couple more people. Pasha, what's up, my man? All right. And over here, thanks everybody for joining in on TikTok. All right. So with sub 2, how does the transaction work? Is it similar to owner financing where you could write the contract on a napkin, or do you have to go to title? What does that look like in a compact way to say it?
I would recommend, if you're local here, I would recommend you go to Alan Shesker's office. Let him be your title company. Let him be your attorney in this transaction, and he will make sure that you set it up all perfectly. Make sure you have all the right documents in place. Make sure everybody's protected. Everything happens the way it's supposed to.
Cool.
But yes, 1 to 4 contract, seller financing addendum, subject to current financing.
Sweet. Awesome. We'll put Alan's information in the comments. So if you're on Instagram or on TikTok or on Facebook, go to YouTube and look in the comments on YouTube. And while you're there, why don't you just go ahead and hit subscribe? It's going to be so easy just to click that button. So,
yeah, I think Alan is hosting a subject to and a rap class or something. Maybe it already passed.
Okay.
But anyways, Alan's the man. And Alan, what are you smiling at?
Hey, when you said rap class, I just imagined Alan just dropping bars, dude. But that's not the kind of rap.
Nope. Mortgage rap.
Got it.
Do you know what that is?
No, I don't. Please tell me.
Do you not know?
I really don't.
So wrapping a mortgage is where, I'll take this and then I'll seller finance it and I'll wrap it and seller finance it out again.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
Wrapping it. Anyways, Alan is the man to talk to, and he is a tremendous amount of wealth and knowledge regarding seller finance and wraps and anything investment related. So that's what I would suggest you do if you're local here. Go find Alan's office, Sesker Group, Alan Sesker, and utilize his office for seller finance deals or wholesale deals or whatever it is. And then if you're not here locally, then I would suggest that you go and you find a title company and attorney who can make sure that you have everything in order and it's all done properly.
Yeah. Good advice. Good advice. Okay, we have another question in the comments. And if you guys have any questions, again, feel free to drop them in the comments and we will get to them and answer them live here for you guys. So Cameron asked, do you prefer foreclosures?
I wouldn't say prefer, but we look at them.
Sure.
And we try and help people in those situations.
Yeah, absolutely.
Foreclosures have that time frame. So you got to get a deal done within this current time frame. Our wholesale company is working on right now where the foreclosure date's tomorrow. Foreclosure dates are the second Tuesday, first Tuesday of the month.
Those are the foreclosure auctions at the courthouse.
Yes, the auction. So the auction's tomorrow.
In Texas, that's how it is, right? In every county?
Is it the second or is it
I think it's
the first Tuesday.
I think it's the first Tuesday of every month.
First Tuesday of the month. So tomorrow is the foreclosure date.
I would even recommend to people, like, if you're not even like ready to buy, just go.
Oh wait, tomorrow's not Tuesday. What's
tomorrow's
today?
Friday? I think it's Thursday.
I thought
So it's next Tuesday. It's this, but today's the first. That's why you're confused.
Yes,
today's the first. So next Tuesday.
It's the 6th.
On the 6th.
Because last week we were talking about this, and I had said an example of the 6th. It stuck in my head. I think the 6th is Tuesday.
Got it. Cool.
Anyways.
Yeah. So anyways, even if you're not ready to buy or invest or buy foreclosure, just go sit around and learn. It's outside. We've been to one before. We actually did a vlog on one if you want to go to our archive on YouTube and see what it's like and go in real life. So
yeah, I wouldn't say prefer, but definitely something to check out, Cameron.
Yeah, foreclosures are something to check out. It's nice to help people and invest at the same time. So it's a win-win.
We prefer to find good deals wherever they may be.
Yeah, Absolutely. Okay, let's dive into one more way of creative financing, and then we'll close it out. What's one more way that people can utilize creative financing? So we talked about owner financing, and we talked about subject to. What else we got?
Go find a deal. Here's a way to potentially buy it with close to no money. Go find a deal
Mm-hmm.
and get a bank to give you a loan on it.
Okay.
Like you could do this, for example, with your duplex. You need what, 15% down, 20% with closing costs and everything, so 75K.
Right.
All right, so you can get the loan, but you need 75K to get it close.
Yeah.
Go borrow that 75K elsewhere
Mm.
and use it with you.
Wow. And who would I go to get that 75K?
Just got to go meet people, go network.
Okay.
Go find that trust who wants to make 6% interest on loaning you 75K.
Mm-hmm.
Go find other investors or people with some money who need to put it to work.
Yeah.
And get them a return that they need. So like for this duplex, for example, let's just say that it's worth 500, which I don't think it is.
I don't know either.
But
Let's just say for the example.
Yeah, for this example. Let's say you negotiated them down to, is it 375?
375.
Let's say you negotiated them down to 350.
Okay.
And don't go back and ask for 360. Ask for 350.
Okay, go.
350.
You know me.
I know you.
Uh-huh.
Go for it.
Yeah, all right.
And
Yep.
do you need to plug us in?
Give me one second. Keep going with the example. Keep talking to the people.
So you're gonna buy it for 350. Let's say you need 20% down. So you need 70 grand with closing costs and origination points. But the bank is going to loan you 85%. So they're going to loan you 297,500.
Okay.
But you need to come up with 70K for your down payment and closing costs.
Right.
All right. So let's say you find someone to loan you that 70 grand.
Okay.
And you tell them you're going to pay them 15% interest in 12 months,
Mm-hmm.
which is a total payback of 80,500.
Okay.
So 10,500 is what you're going to pay them,
right,
for their interest. So let's say all in, let's say it's worth 500,
mm-hmm.
But all in 350. Times 0.85, so the loan, so 297 plus 80,500. Let's say all in, right now you're 100% leveraged on it.
Mm-hmm.
You owe 378.
Right.
Okay. Let's say it's worth 500.
Mm-hmm.
And you start the cash out refinance
Okay.
option
Right.
later.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of numbers here. Let's say they'll give you 80% loan to value.
Okay. At 500.
500.
Yeah.
Let's say it appraises at 5. So they're going to give you 400K.
Right.
All right. So you remember that number. It's easy. 400.
Yeah.
350 times 0.85. So you owe the original lender 297,500.
Yep.
All right. So 400,000
minus 297,500.
297,500.
Yep.
Leaves you with 102,500.
Okay.
There's gonna be some closing costs, but now you owe the second lender, the guy who gave you money for your down payment, guy or girl. So minus 80,500. You pay them back, and boom, you're left over with $22,000.
Wow.
And you bought this property with none of your own money.
Right.
And you're in it for free. Move on for forever. Take the 22. Go put it to the next one.
Go put it to something else. Yeah. That's pretty sweet. That's good advice.
Does that make sense?
Makes perfect sense. Yeah. Yeah. Just relationships, talking to people, and moving things around.
Yep. Good deals
and
relationships.
Good deals and relationships.
And being creative.
Right. Yeah. That's awesome. Cool. Well, good advice. Thank you guys. Thank you for all that. I really appreciate it. guys, comment below. Even we're about to close it out here, but even if you have more questions on creative financing or traditional financing or anything, comment below and we'll respond personally to every single comment. So we really appreciate you guys. You have anything you want to say to close this out?
No, I appreciate everybody joining in. If you want to learn how to become an entrepreneur and do some deals like this, just let us know. We're here to help.
Yeah, absolutely. And tomorrow, tune in at 11:30. Me and Matt are going to be live.
A little late, last minute adjustment.
Yeah. 11:30 tomorrow. Me and Matt are going to be live, and we're going to be talking about how realtors and how agents can stay relevant in today's market with everything that's going on, everything shifting. Matt's been in the business for a long time and is a great realtor, great agent, and also a great investor. And so he knows every single aspect of this business. And so he has a lot of good advice for realtors and agents. So tune in tomorrow at 11:30. We'll be back. All right. Thanks.